पाइथन सीखेगा इंडिया कोर्स के तीसरे दिन आपका स्वागत है। आज का एजेंडा जो है वो है मुख्य रूप से दो ही चीज़ है। कुछ एक्स्ट्रा टाइप का प्लॉट पढ़ेंगे हम लोग बीच में। उससे पहले हम लोग सीखेंगे कि हम लोग डेटा, मतलब अगर आपका डेटा जो है वो फाइल में स्टोर है तो आप उसे कैसे इंपोर्ट करेंगे। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है क्योंकि बहुत सारे डेटाबेसेस हैं, बहुत सारे डेटा हैं जो जनरेट होते हैं रेगुलरली और उसे स्प्रेडशीट और फाइल्स में स्टोर करके रखा जाता है। तो उसकी एनालिसिस करने से पहले आपको उसे कंप्यूटर में प्रोग्राम में इंपोर्ट करना होगा। तो इंपोर्ट कैसे करेंगे, हम लोग एक सिंपल मेथड देखेंगे। और दूसरा, एक ज़्यादा पावरफुल लाइब्रेरी है इस काम के लिए, उसका नाम है पेंडाज लाइब्रेरी। उससे जो डेटा इंपोर्ट होता है और ऑर्गेनाइज होता है वो बहुत ही, उसमें ऐसे फंक्शंस हैं जो उसे बहुत अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज कर देते हैं डेटा को। और इसका यूज करेंगे हम लोग आगे प्रोजेक्ट 1 में, जब हम रियल कोविड-19 डेटा को प्लॉट करेंगे। जिस तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। पहले हम सिंपल डेटा फाइल को इंपोर्ट करने के बहुत से तरीके हैं, हम लोग सिंपल मेथड से पहले इंपोर्ट करेंगे और numpy लाइब्रेरी के ही एक फंक्शन का यूज करेंगे। फर्स्ट we because we are using numpy library we have to import it. So import numpy as np, and then we use load txt function to load the data. So in the first file, let's check the how the data looks in the file. The file name is primes.txt. You can see that the menu bar, or sorry, here, and you can see that this is a list of first 100 prime numbers, and all the numbers are 2 3 5 7, and all the numbers are disjoint by this comma. Okay, separated by this comma. It means that 2 is a number, then comma, 3 is another prime number, then comma, and 5. So this is called delimiter. Okay, so we have to use it, we have to specify this, what is the character separating your data, and we will use this later. First we will try to import data from this simple file, which is a row consists of first 100 prime numbers, and any two prime numbers is separated by a comma. So let's see how we can read the data from this file. So since this is a prime number, we will store all the primes in a list of primes, and we use np.loadtxt. This is the function loadtxt inside numpy library. So we will write np.loadtxt, and then you can see that the command is, first you have to tell about the file name, and then you have to use these optional parameters. We will use some of them, like you can see that here one is delimiter. We have to use it because the primes are disjoint by comma. Okay, default is space. If the primes are disjoint by space, you don't have to use this optional parameters. These are called optional parameters. Okay, whether you want, if whether you want to use it, you can use it or you can leave it. Okay, based on your uses. So first we will put the file name, and my file name is in the same directory, primes.txt. There is a warning here. Your this file primes.txt has to be stored in the same folder where this program day3.py is stored. If it is not stored in the same folder, write the full path of this file. Okay, like you have downloaded this file, it means that you have to put your download folder here, path of download folder here. In the discussion you can tell about, depending upon your system, which operating system you are using, whether are you using or mobile, the path may change. Okay, consult the discussion forum to know about the path of your system. And then we have to use delimiter. Delimiter, we know that we have delimiter is comma, and in order to get the output we have to print it. We will print the primes, and when we print the primes. Let's check the output. So you can see that here we got a list of primes. We got a list of first 100 primes, and all these primes are imported from the file this primes.txt. You can see that we have imported all the prime numbers and stored in a variable named primes. Okay, now you can use it whenever the way you like. You can use this list. Okay, you can see that there is a dot after each number. Dot represents the float. Okay, it means that these numbers are actually float, that is decimal numbers. Now leave it and let's see how we can import such kind of file. Look at this file. This is called CSV file, that is comma separated files. Okay, here we have a usual data. This is actual data of marks of internal marks of one of my class. I don't remember actually. And first column actually has the roll numbers of student, and second columns has their marks, internal marks. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to import the roll number in one column and one list of variable, and in another list we want to import the marks. Let's see how we can do this. So everything will be the same because here we have two things. So we will write first row is roll number, so we will name the variable roll number, and second variable is actually marks, so I will write marks, and we will change the file name here. It is marks.csv. Delimiter is comma, it's okay, but we have to do something more. First thing we have to do, that we have to skip this first row. Okay, because the data is not in the first row, it is header of the, this is referencing that what are these. Okay, this is not the part of actual data, so we have to skip the first row. How we'll do that? There is a optional parameter skip rows. Okay, and we will skip the first row. So we will write number of row to be skipped, that is one row. I want to skip the first row, and then next important thing is to understand that this row represent a part of data. Okay, you want to, when you unpack the data, when you import the data, you want to make them separate. Okay, so that the column first column 1 2 3 4 here, this part is going to stored in one list, while this data 21 30 and 22 has to be stored in another list. So you have to somehow unpack the data. Okay, because the data is this, each row has this kind of data. Okay, they are not a number, so we have to use another optional parameter called unpack, and we will say true. Okay, now we can print roll number first, and also we will print another list, print marks. Let's check the output. Marks.csv is not found. marks it is saying an error, that makrs. I have made a spelling mistake here, and I should write marks. Okay, let's do it again. And now you can see that you got all these roll numbers here, 1 to 81. Okay, from one roll number to 81 roll numbers. And another things we got is the marks corresponding to each roll number. That is, first roll number got 21 marks, second roll number has got 30 marks, and so on. And last roll number 81, you can see that got 30 out of 30 marks. So in this way you can import a data. Okay, and if you want you can plot this. Okay, let's check how we can plot this. So we can write, we have to import the plotting library, import, or wait, I will show you one more optional parameters here, which is sometime used to import data. Okay, so what we will do, we will use this later. So I will comment this and look at this file of data. This file of data is actual data of COVID-19 patients from very early outbreak in India, and in this data we have serial number. Okay, serial number, age group, total cases, and percentage. What they mean, this is the first serial number, means 1 2 3 4 5 6 group. The whole data is divided into 10 groups, so we have 10 serial number. 0 to 9 represents that all the COVID-19 patients whose age is between 0 to 9. 10 to 19 similarly represent the number of COVID patient whose age is 10 to 19, and the number of patient is here 27, and it makes the percentage, overall percentage, 3.90. So in this data, what we want to import the serial number, because we know that like 4th represent the age group between 30 to 39, and you can see that this is not a number, this is a string, so you cannot import it as a number. So what we want to do, we want to is import the first column of this data and total cases of this data. So let's see how we can import particular columns of the data. So what we will do, we will s number, serial number will be the serial number will be our first variable, SNO, and second variable is patient number of positive cases. So let's write positive, and again we use .txt file, and we have to age group COVID CSV. You have to write whole path of this file, and then again use the delimiter is the same. Most of these things has to be the same, so I will copy paste here. And one more thing we have to say that from which column you want to import data. So you have to use calls. See, here it is tricky. The first column is called, we are drawing data from the first column and the third column. Okay, but the counting in Python starts from 0. So the first column will be called actually 0th column, and the third column will be called second column. So 0 2. Now you can get this. Now you can import the data serial number, that is the first column, and total cases. Okay, change it cases. Okay, now let's try to print this data. Print SNO. Also we want to print cases. Run the command, and you can see that in the first line, because we have written print serial number first, so we got all the serial number 1 to 10. You can see that we have serial number 1 to 10, and in the second line we got a list of 22 to 9. You can see that 22, 27, 172 to up to 9, and you can see that in the third column we have 22, 27 to up to 9. In this way you can selectively import the data whichever you require from a file. Okay, in this way we can import such data. Now here comes next important thing. So in this way you can import the data. Now we will try to make plots with the data. Now you can use this data any way you want. Okay, तो इस तरह हम लोग डेटा को इंपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, और ये एक बेसिक इंपोर्ट फंक्शन है जो numpy के अंदर है. और कुछ छोटे मोटे डेटा को इंपोर्ट करने के लिए आप इसका यूज करें। आपको अगर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड डेटा इंपोर्ट करना है तो हम देखेंगे कैसे हम पेंडाज लाइब्रेरी का यूज़ करेंगे लास्ट पार्ट में। और हम लोगों ने देखा कैसे हम डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ फाइल से डेटा इंपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, लाइक दिस काइंड ऑफ फाइल, इस तरह के फाइल से। या फाइल आपका ऐसा है जिसमें 2 कॉलम में डेटा है, हमें फर्स्ट रो छोड़ना भी है इसका। और इस तरह का अगर डेटा है, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड डेटा है और हमको सिर्फ एक पार्टिकुलर रो कॉलम से मतलब है, ओके, तो हम कैसे इंपोर्ट करेंगे, ये चीज़ आप अच्छे से समझ लीजिए। उसके बाद हम लोग इस डेटा का यूज करेंगे, ओके। तो यूज करने के लिए जो चीज़ चाहिए हम इसे प्लॉट करेंगे, ओके। नाउ वी विल ट्राई टू प्लॉट दिस डेटा, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ प्लॉट्स। सो फर्स्ट वी विल मेक ए स्कैटर प्लॉट। स्कैटर प्लॉट क्या करता है बेसिकली, ये हर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ पॉइंट के लिए अलग अलग पॉइंट बना देता है, ओके। तो we have to, in order to import plot something, we have to import the matplotlib library. Import matplotlib.py plot as plt. हम लोगों ने पिछली बार ऐसा किया है, we already have done this thing. And first I would like to plot this data, so let's uncomment this, and we want to use this. So we will write plt plot dot scatter. Like the name suggests, in order to make the scatter plot, you have to use the function scatter. And you can see that scatter function, you have to use variables like x and y. You can use other these optional variables, okay, like line weights, color, edge color, things like that, okay. So we will pass in the first, we want roll number. So in the first axis we will write roll number, and the next axis we will give marks, okay. Let's, and in order to show the plot we have to dot, and now you can see that. Let's check it. Okay, now you can see that this is the scatter plot of marks of a student versus roll number, okay. Okay, you can see that. Let me make it little bigger so that you can see this. So in this way you can make a scatter plot from your imported data, okay. You just have to, you can do some other things, like I think color will be a parameter, green. The optional parameter must be given in double quotes, okay. Let's see the effect. First we have to close it. Now you can see that the points will become green, okay. In this way you can pass optional argument to achieve different kind of things. Not only that, you can annotate this graph, that plot, sorry, can use plt dot title, like yesterday. You can marks of students, and similarly you can attribute, you can use other attributes like x level and y level, okay. Let's see. So you can see that in new plot we have a title, and that is marks of students, okay. In this way you can use other kind of plots. To make the pie, to make the pie bar graph. Now suppose you want to make the bar graph of this data, then simply you can change the scatter with bar, okay, and you will get a bar graph. You can see that. Let's wait. Yes, now you can see that the all those dots will become now marks. Like the first student have got some, I think, 21 marks, while the second roll number got around 30 marks. You can see that these are 30 marks and all these things. So you can see that the plotting bar graph is very easy in Python. Okay. Now we will move to the third kind of graph, that is pie chart. Pie chart is used, a we have a circle, and in which data are represented in ratios, okay, in sector, okay. Larger the sector means larger ratio belongs to that data, okay. Bar graph requires different kind of syntax, so we will use, and also different kind of a data, okay. Such kind of data is not good. It is not good to represent such kind of data in pie chart, because pie chart means there is a common resource, total sum, and fractions represent different kind of things. कहने का मतलब है कि कोई चीज़ है, ग्रुप में है, और उसका कुछ कुछ पार्ट जो है उसको आप रिप्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं, तो वहाँ पाई चार्ट का यूज होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे मान लीजिए कि हमारे पास 10 एप्पल्स हैं किसी टोटल, और एक स्टूडेंट के पास 5 है, दूसरे के पास 10 है, तीसरे के पास 15 है. इस तरह टोटल मिला के अगर 100 है, तो हम अलग अलग पर्सन का रेशियो दिखाने के लिए, रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए हम इस तरह पाई चार्ट का यूज करते हैं. सो द बेस्ट वे टू यूज पाई चार्ट इन एक्चुअली द सेकेंड data, okay, in which we will show that each sector will represent a group. So we will comment this out. We will comment this out and we will use this data to plot this. Okay, let's take it real number, and here we want to use cases. Okay, PIE, pie chart is the command, the function used to plot the pie chart is actually pie, and we want to actually represent what? Represent the cases, okay, and serial number is used to label the data. We will use labels equal to S and O, and let's see how it looks. You can see that this pie chart, oh sorry, I should have changed the marks of a student, that is title with COVID-19 age group data. You can see that the first age group data, that is between 0 to 9, is represented by this blue, is very small, has very small fraction, okay, while the age group 3 and 4 has very large fraction of COVID-19 patients, okay. So such kind of data is best represented by pie chart, where total data makes some sense, total number of cases makes some sense, okay, and each sector representing a fraction of that case, okay. To make the representation good, if we want to replace this 1 2 3 4 with actual age group, then we have to import the second column, okay. We have to import this age group column. In order to import the age group column, because the age group is a different kind of data, that is a string, so age group equal to, we will copy this down and we have to say that this is a string, okay. Control C, Control V. The age group is in the which column? Let's check. Age group is in the second column, so Here we have to use 1, that is we want to import the data from the first column. Remember that counting starts from 0. And also we have to use one more optional argument, that is dtype, data type, and data type must be provided, and the data type is string, so you have to write np.str because these are strings. By default this function loadtxt imports only numerical data. If you want to import a string type data, okay, then you have to use this optional parameter dtype np.str string. You have to tell that this is a string. Okay, another important thing is to understand that you can import number and string in different lines. Okay, you cannot group them together. So in now we will import all those age group data in this list age group. Okay, and we will replace this label with, okay, now let's check the graph. Here is the graph. Close it. Let's check it again. Here we will replace this with COVID age group data. Okay, let's check the graph. And you can see that now instead of 1 2 3 4 serial numbers, now we can get the age group printed here, and this looks much better. And the message this graph, this pie chart is conveying is very direct rather than using serial numbers. So in this way you can import different kind of data from files. Okay, and not only we have imported different kind of data from files, we have also plotted different kind of graphs. Okay, different kind of plots used to represent data, especially scatter plot, bar chart, and pie chart.